Hi, my name is Alex de Oliveira, and today I want to talk to you about jazz guitar. Just a little bit of my story with the jazz guitar. I'm from Brazil, so I grew up listening to bossa nova, which is very based on the jazz music. It's a Brazilian version of the jazz music. But when I came to the US, I learned about the jazz music. I came very young. But as I grew up, I started listening more and more. And when I went to college, I went to William Paterson, where I was able to study with great masters like Russell Malone, Gene Bertoncini, Bill Charlap, and many more. But I also researched a lot about jazz players from the past, like Wes Montgomery, George Benson, Grant Green, which are some of my favorites. And I found out that one reason why these guys sound much different than a lot of the younger people here that are trying to play jazz is the way that they practice, the mindset. So we usually, when we're talking about jazz, even in college, we talk a lot about practicing your scales, your modes, your arpeggios. All that is important. It's very important that you have a solid foundation on that. But I figured, especially when starting with Russell Malone, which for me is also one of those masters for the jazz guitar. These guys practice different than us. They have a different way of approaching music. And I like to call that the jazz master secret. And on this course, we're gonna talk about that master mindset, the jazz guitar master mindset. How do we practice to become a master? So we're no longer thinking like a student, we're thinking like a master. Because the student is that guy who does scales over the chords, and when he goes to improvise, he thinks those skills are gonna help him. I learned very quickly that scales is not the way to approach jazz guitar or any jazz instrument. I remember when I took lessons with Russell Malone, the first day I asked him, "Hey Russell, what scales do you use over this chord?" So I was thinking, man, I'm in college now studying with the great Russell Malone, I'm gonna know all the secret scales. I was shocked when his answer was, "I don't think about scales." I was like, "You don't think about scales?" And I've been listening to him play, and I see him playing so many scales on his playing. But what does he think about? And that's the concepts that we're gonna be talking about here. Stuff that I learned from the great Russell Malone, and now these are the teachers I had, and also my own research on the masters that I listened. So stay tuned for the jazz secrets.